One. What's up, viewers? Thanks for your patience. We are having some technical difficulties. You'll notice that our player Madison, who's right below me on your screens tonight, is frozen. She's having some AC and internet issues. So if she cuts out and we have some funky screens for a second, just bear with us. We'll get it fixed as soon as possible.
Does it bear with us?
Okay.
I
focus.
That's my
yeah.
Sorry.
All right, give me a second. Tonight we have all of our players again. Thanks everybody for joining us. We have a wild night planned. We don't know if it'll be a successful prison break or a group traveling with a mysterious dinosaur making it through the world. Anyways, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna pass it off to our main DM in the booth over here, Nathaniel.
All right. So because Madison is so willing to talk today, I think she'll do the recap. And
did you actually roll, or are you just torturing me?
I am torturing you today. And I was using either you or Taylor, and I'm giving Taylor the sick pass. So
oh, but I don't get a finals week pass?
No, because you spoke up today. You really like to talk today, so.
Yeah, well, I'm having talking issues, so it's my way of
it's all
knowing
good.
if you don't respond, it's my way of knowing, oh, I've frozen. Anyways, last time it was the prison gang, chain gang, and they had to deal with the aftermath of El Bella making a bum deal, or them making a bum deal with. Anyways, they're stuck in a prison, free of their cells, but they got to figure out how to get out. They tried to go up a couple trapdoors because they were in apparently some basement. Relatively successful until they got to the last one, and they found a bunch of dudes with crossbows pointed at them, and they retreated back down. And they tried to go up again. I think Let was invisible, something about stunning them, and there was a bunch more people. And then they went back down, stole the armor off a guard, tried to see if that would work as a disguise by tricking another guard who was a level below where they started. It worked until Kaya, walking up with that guard to give the quote-unquote all clear, was caught in her lie by the dude who saw the guard they took the armor from and was like,
yeah, my bad.
And
I forgot I forgot he was there. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens. You know, that's part of the trouble when you play a mind game. Anyways, you stopped right when the guard figured it out, and everybody was incredibly concerned. How's that for a recap?
Yeah, however, we do need a recap of Group B, which is the Line Earth team.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Where are my notes on that? So we were pursued by a I don't know, non-stop night. He just kept coming, man. Like it's like the snail chasing you down, even though you're immortal. I don't know if anybody here gets that reference, but
I got it and I loved it.
Thank you. Anyways, we ran through the night from the Forest of Raccoons down south in search of a place to hide. Failed to hide because we never left this long enough to do that and didn't think about it until we were in the middle of some plains, which are hard to hide in. So we went to find the Circle of the Land that was theoretically just north of Wolford and the lake there. Succeeded in finding it. Then we had to solve a stone puzzle to get into it. A lot of tense walking. Anyways, a lot of tense. These dudes are just walking, so if we just walk a little bit faster, we can keep ahead of them. It was comical, honestly, in hindsight. But we made it into the circle. I think there were 2 druids there, and we cut there. So I am very personally curious about big fear.
That's basically what happened. In the total encompassing aspect of it, we had our party split into 2 different groups, and they've been all on their different paths. The previous episode was Group A, our prison group, and the one before that was Group B, our, what I'm calling the Line Earth group, which is their little dragon companion that's with them. today we're going to focus mostly on Group B, and we're going to see how they perform, and maybe we'll stop in on Group A for a little bit and see how that situation resolves. But players of 2, what would you like to do?
Nick.
I imagine that even though we were just walking away from these nonstop nights, I like that. I'm gonna call them that. It's probably like this: get into the glade and just kind of like collapse a little bit. Not with like death rattle fear, but just like, okay, we can take a breath for a second because it was looking a little bleak there for a minute.
Yep.
I think Gorfrak wants to check on both Ku and Lionrith now that there's like a minute to pause. So I'm gonna probably Lionrith first. Are you okay? Did he flashes some hand symbol at you too?
Oh, forgot about that.
Nope, but I'm a little tired.
Yeah. How about you, Ku? Did he get you? I mean, he did something to me and I couldn't move. So I'm glad we got out of there.
Many run, so much run. Bad. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden?
Hidden.
Hidden?
Hidden.
We can see the knights outside the circle still, right?
Yes. They are seemingly confused, and you just by observing them for a little bit, you can be able to identify that whatever this magical protection this creates, it's almost as if you try to walk through in the direction of it within the circle, you just kind of naturally walk around it.
Mm.
Oh, magic.
So it's not like in a physical bubble or like hidden away literally. It is physically in the spot that it would be, but everyone else perceives it not there.
Mm.
Good.
So
magic.
do they have faces?
You can roll perception and find out.
I will do that.
We just barged into somebody's home, didn't we, Nathaniel?
Yeah, one of the druids does come up with his long brown hair, and it looks kind of confused at your approach. With a 13, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's
Okay.
visualize if there's anything there or not. He'll ask, "Well, greetings, everyone. Can I help you?"
Much run very fast.
I just say like a quick druidic greeting so he knows I'm also a druid.
Yes, I suspected you would get here. Maybe a day from now, but we have known of your coming.
No?
How?
Gaia sent word to us that you would visit.
So
In
she
her,
talks to you.
it's more of a like feeling or a interpretation of how the world has been giving us signs.
Okay.
Makes no
Well,
sense.
I don't want to impose, but do you mind if we stay here a day or so? We're exhausted from. We just came from Titania, and
Much fun.
yeah, we, like my friend a few words here says, we have been running for quite a while since the Forest of Raccoons, where we weren't able to make camp. So
Much run, far run. Baby got many problems.
Certainly, the apprentice Robert can help you. And he gestures for a younger-looking man to come over and kind of like gestures to like a little campsite that they kind of have nearby that's relatively built up and so forth around near the circle, but not in it.
Who you name?
My name is Adam. and this is Robert. We do have another member who's in the forest to the north of here. Her name is Sandra.
When's the last time you talked to Sandra?
It's been a few days. We were hoping to possibly encounter you on your way here, but apparently you must have missed her.
Fly.
You
Fleeker.
might. I don't know if any of you have abilities to contact her, but one of the knights came out of we were on the western edge of the forest raccoons when we came upon one of the black knights. So I hope she's okay.
Well, the forest up there has not been doing well as it was already. So we don't have any ways of communicating with her as of right now.
I could have guessed as much. We've been through a couple forests now that have been off. One with a totally abandoned circle.
Have?
Yes. It was probably before you were even spying on us. It was before we met Lionrith. Right before we met Lionrith, when we went through the Redwood Forest. The circle there was totally overgrown and abandoned.
Interesting. Gaia is reclusive. But mine.
Yes, accurate. I'm really sorry. I mean, I'm exhausted, and my friend here really doesn't speak common very well. Can we rest for the night and we can talk again tomorrow?
Yes, we certainly can.
Mine
I
speak
will-
very good.
You are completely fine, little one. You can definitely stay here for at least some time. I'm not sure who those are, but we can keep an eye on them at least somewhat. I will say that our circle is not as strong as it once was, so I wouldn't say you should stay here too long.
I mean, do you fear that the magic shielding us would run out if they continue looking?
It shouldn't, unless they do something to prevent the flow of magic. Then I don't think that would be an issue, because this ward is produced by the circle itself.
Awesome.
Strange magic. Not magic.
I mean, we appreciate your hospitality. Once we are back up to full strength, I mean, we could probably help you find Sandra. I mean, we need to go back up to the Forest of Raccoons anyway, because the rest of our friends are supposed to be meeting us there.
Okay. Well, why don't you get some rest, and I will let you know if anything changes.
Thank you, Adam.
Good. Yes, home. Home now. Need magic. Go home. Goodbye. I'm gonna just step into a hole in reality.
Okay, so you
Assuming
guys
that
want to take
works.
a rest then? Is that correct?
Long
Yeah.
rest, long rest.
So you get an hour in
Oh no.
before the situation changes, so you can get a short rest at minimum. So from maybe not your perspectives, but from our two druid friends, they will notice the knights pace around the exterior of the ward, in that they are, from any sort of knowledge, they have a general idea of maybe your presence, but not really sure why they can't find you. They eventually do something very similar to what they did to you, Gorfrak, in that they reveal on their left hand a closed eye that they present towards the barrier. With it starts to pull streams of magic from it. And that's what happens at the 1 hour mark. Before they come to wake you. Or Gorfrak only.
I have literally no concept of what that means, but I hated all of that. The idea of somebody just having a closed eye on their hand gave me the icks.
So to make it clear, it's a glyph. So it's like a almost like an Egyptian like glowing eye.
Like a tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't have the icks anymore.
Yeah, I figured that was what you were referring to, but in a previous episode, I said that they are like it's like a drawn eye.
Okay, that's better.
So I heal 33.
Yeah, it's about like an inch from their actual hand, so that it doesn't actually touch.
Oh God. Okay, so am I awake yet?
They will come to wake you and be like, I do believe the situation has changed. They seem to be disrupting whatever magic they're using to, I don't know. I don't know if our circle can withstand it for a long period of time. Not enough for you to rest anyway.
Have you ever encountered these knights before? I mean, we haven't, so I just figured I'd ask.
I haven't seen anything like this.
Okay. How able are you in the case we need to fight them head on?
Well, I'm the most powerful individual here. I'm not someone of the council level.
Between levels 1 and 20.
That's not what I'm asking.
You get the impression that you guys are slowly surpassing the average level of most people who are trained. So you're at level 8. You're like either at or above a lot of professionals.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So use that knowledge to your whim.
Oh, this is bad.
So it's your question, Gorfrak, with the Arcana check.
Is it reasonable to infer that the knights are still able to not find me, but like know where I am because of the glyph, like the successful attachment?
You've never seen, reference, or have heard of this glyph before.
Okay.
Nothing that you're aware of. Unlike the only thing that you're aware of, like that knows you can identify your location, is Mind Spike, and that was not what was performed on you. You've seen Mind Spike used.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rouse Lionrith, and I think we're gonna go ahead and both use the circle. Or at least I'm gonna use the circle and ask Lionrith if he would like to use the circle too. Maybe seeing if the circle might have a cleansing property that would get rid of any magical connection that might be there.
Okay. He will grow and say, I don't want to get up.
Little one, we're in danger right now, and so maybe we can't rest in the traditional sense, but maybe Gaia's magic might provide some respite.
All right. For the sake of something that I have forgotten for a little while, do roll 3 Constitution checks that we've missed on the past few days.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry, Avery.
I didn't bring it up this time.
So.
Oh no!
So in total, you will lose 2 max hit points.
Okay. That's it?
That's it. Out of the 3.
That's permanent off the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
But does the circle reverse that?
It did last time.
Okay. Give me that good druid juice, baby.
Gorfrak is slowly dying. It's fine.
Yeah. So you step in it. You do have the cleansing effect. However, you still have -1.
Cool.
In total.
Before you
Lionrith
move on to Lionrith. Before you move on to Lionrith, do any of my memories come back?
Nope.
Cute.
frustration.
Langwith will go through his sequence, and it will, as before, the glyphs glow, infuse him with magic, and he seems a little bit more different in that he definitely looks a little more magical here, like maybe sparkles a little bit more, maybe just has a little bit of a shine, maybe has a little aura glow.
How do you feel, buddy?
I feel great.
You any new memories, thoughts, feelings, or opinions after taking a dip?
I do have like another feeling ish. I can feel that we're in grave danger right now.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Did he unlock the ability
Like-
to sense when we're in danger now? Yes.
Yes, you gained the plot sensing device where that's him saying you guys are in
Like
grave
Frodo's
danger right now.
sword.
Warning, red flag.
I'm not going to criticize him because we have not been good at sensing that until it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah. Yup.
Really accurate.
Has he gained the
So-
ability to speak across planes and let Ku know that something is wrong?
No, but I would say that Ku, why don't you roll a perception check from where you're at?
I don't know if I can go to just my pocket dimension to go back to the home plane every long rest. I never really clarified that with you. Perception.
Yeah.
I forgot to
perception.
contact it. Damn it. Hold, please. Hold, please. I rolled it and it didn't go through because I'm stupid. Speak better.
I'm having to.
It is!
17. So you can very much almost like you feel like a disturbance within the magical realm. Like
There's a disturbance in the force. As
Like-
if 1,000 voices crying out were suddenly silenced. Sorry.
I mean
Deep breath.
it's very similar in that regard, except it's more instead of a metaphysical, it's almost like a physical. Like you can feel like a tremor a bit. Like almost like if a water was still, you saw ripples.
Almost like a divine awakening a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
That nerve connection, baby! Yeah, I'll rip open reality and pop back through. Looking, I don't know, head feathers? Pull the cowl back up. Problems. Problems.
Yes, it seems our persistent friends are even more persistent than we expected.
Shiny baby god! I'm gonna go pat Lionel on the head.
Shiny
Very
baby
good.
god.
More magic.
That's gonna be our first T-shirt for this campaign. Shiny baby god.
Imagine if we made line red t-shirts. Oh my god.
We'll get there
I
if
would
we
make
get
art
enough
that.
followers. We'll get there if we get enough followers. That's all I'm going to say.
I would make art of that. Yep. Anyways.
Now that Lionrith and I have both been through the standing stones, are the knights still persisting?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I know what's up? I've got a different perspective
Yeah.
on magic.
Definitely.
Can I help?
One thing while you're rolling that, I will add the additional
I have
point to say that Lionrith seems a little bit more aware of his surroundings. So he'll look in like random directions, and there'll be nothing there, or at least for what you can tell. But he seems to be a little bit more perceptive of some type.
Interesting. Okay.
All I'm
So
picturing is
before
a
I roll
cat
this-
looking at ghosts.
Yeah.
Good comparison.
Before I roll this, I'm finally gonna use a power that my class has. It's Cybele Knack, or I guess for our homebrew raw magic bolstered. Anyways, if you fail an ability check using a skill with which you have proficiency, you can roll one raw magic die, which is a D8, and add the number rolled to the check. I do have proficiency on Arcana, so I'm gonna roll this, and if it fails, I'll roll that D8 and add it.
Okay.
That was a 14, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll that D8.
Roll that D8.
For kicks and giggles.
22. Yeah.
That's really good. Okay. So
Party!
let's repeat your question one more time so then I can properly answer this.
What's going on with these night dudes and their eye glyph in this circle? And more importantly, how do we stop it?
You for sure know that there isn't any way to prevent whatever they're doing
Okay.
magically. It seems they're using some sort of aberration magic that is literally ripping the magic from the circle. You get the impression that whatever they're doing, this glyph is a sign of trying to think of the right word. Almost it's like the magic word for like arcana, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It represents quite a bit in very niche circles. Like you think you've definitely seen this sign before, but it's like extremely rare. You never knew what it did, and no one's ever messed with it. But from what this seems, it's just like it can manipulate magic to an extremely high level.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I would also add to it that it doesn't seem like it follows any traditional rule sets.
You.
Cool. So Ku will just go honestly right up to the edge of the circle to peer at this and watch what's happening before relating more or less old glyph. Interesting. Magic, extremely very much complicated magic. And other magic. Abjuration?
Dibs on extremely very much becoming my new catchphrase.
Extremely very much bad. Bad things, all death. No can stop.
Cool.
I will add
With
when
magic.
you approach that edge, you do not feel comfortable.
Right.
Like
Yep.
I would say
We're
very
stepping
much
back.
for you specifically. It's like a danger sense. Like this isn't good. Get away from that.
Yep, we're gonna hop right back. Very stealing magic. Please do not steal. Do not steal my magic. My magic is my magic. Problem. Thought. Shiny baby god. I should know
Yeah.
I have question. Hate this. Heck it. I'm gonna look in his eyes. I'm gonna also snag Gorfrak and Adam into this if I can, into the mind speak, because trying to explain high level magic with common is bullcrap.
Yeah.
Heave a big sigh and say, "This is abjuration magic. I'm not entirely sure if this will work. The only solution I can think of is if we do not want to keep all the magic from running out, we instead provide it with more magic. Now, given the young divine's magic is different than the magic of the divine that theoretically powers this circle, but it might function as a sort of, or you would understand. Pouring water into a bucket with a hole? Not sure if our divine understands his power to be used in this way. It is only a thought. Might as well try? I have no other ideas.
Adam will speak up here and say, well, these stone circles are developed and attuned to Gaia. If we were to use him, I guess, I'm not really sure what you're referring to entirely, but then it would completely disconnect it from Gaia. I don't think we could probably get Gaia's influence back here.
And that's the last
third-
thing we want.
Yes.
I look at Ku. You keep calling Lionrith a channel.
Yes.
On that note, if he is channeling magic in its raw form, could he potentially, like, if these things are trying to suck magic, what if he, like, gives them a jolt? Could that maybe disrupt them or deactivate them or even destroy?
I know I was proposing them earlier about fees that they still permit horrible to my
Is anybody else getting robot speech?
I mean, I am.
I am.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
you're good right now. You're good
You're
right now.
clear now, so just repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if that happens again. Okay. I don't know where I cut out, so I'll just repeat the whole, I guess. Was suggesting something similar but different. Lionrith poured Lionrith's power into the knights. Maybe they would take it instead of whatever is protecting the circle. I do not know how to make the bait and switch. I would do it myself. I fear I am not strong enough. I must go home and renew. And I am not yet completely refilled, but Lionrith, he is a young divine. Theoretically, he might have more. I look at Lionrith. I do not know. Your power is beyond my comprehension. Great One.
He will add and say, I mean, I think that can work, but I know for certain we shouldn't stay here. I don't know why, but we shouldn't stay here at all.
Interesting.
So, are you proposing that we leave immediately?
He keeps glancing around.
Okay. I am half asking Adam and half looking. How close are we to the lake?
Madison, did you ask where?
Yes, where we go.
Wolford, to Sylvia's.
Oh, yeah.
That's the closest place we have any kind of allies.
The lake isn't that far. You would guess like a few hours, and Adam will confirm that.
Okay. Have we seen the knights behave around water?
You haven't passed any water.
Nothing stopped them. I do not believe water will.
Okay. How many hours flight do you, Nathaniel or Adam or whoever wants to answer this question, is Wolford? If we fly beeline.
A day.
A day.
Still tired.
Adam, how much has Gaia whispered about our friend here? I gesture toward Lionrith.
From what I could interpret, she just, I knew some allies were going to come and I should assist them as best I can, and that they may be able to help me and I would be able to help them. That was a few days ago.
Very much.
Thank you.
Much assistance, but we have not assisted you much, regret.
And I fear we're going to ask more than we should of you. I don't know you at all, but I'm resting on the fact that you are also of the Druidic faith when I tell you this. Lionrith is likely a fourth divine coming into his power. And we don't know a lot about him or that power or how he relates to Gaia, Ethios, Valdara. That narrative is changing on the daily. But right now, we need to go to a place that's more protective of us and him. Because whatever those things are, I don't want them near us or Lionrith.
No desire to endanger you. If we leave, they leave. likely.
I mean, would you and your apprentice be able to wild shape and come with us? Or I mean, could you potentially slow them down while still staying safe? I mean, we don't want to. I know this is your home, and I know it's your duty to protect this place, but I don't know if we leave, if they won't still try to tear it apart.
Gorfrek wants to roll insight, and while you're doing that, Robert will butt in and say, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think we can take him. Why are you guys all worried about this?
Robert, Aya has empowered me to call tidal waves from nothing to turn into just about any creature under her guise and many other wonders, and they nearly had me
one blow.
In one blow. And so I can appreciate your hubris. I was very much the same way, but I feel we're all out of our depth here.
He rolls his eyes and looks over at Adam, and he goes, I think they're right. They certainly seem very different, and I don't think without Sandra, I don't think we could actually put up much of an effort against them, especially if there's two of them.
Much different, yes. Understand us.
Well, we can try our best to bring you to safety depending on which way you go. We know much of the land around here. Is there a direction that you wanted to head?
Back to more city.
We are, friends might be. Gorfrak is thinking back to the dinner in Lux, his parents' house.
How well that went.
We have a relationship, we'll say, with the noble family who sits in Wolford. They might be able to perhaps... we know that they are in that city right now because their daughter recently passed. Gaia rest her soul in the Siege of Lux. They may be willing to give us Sanctum, and they may be able to actually help us figure this out. They're quite an old, magically connected family. They may know exactly what this is.
May not.
May not.
I have seen much. I am very lost.
But were we all there when we discovered Sylvia is probably like connected to one of the generals from the Silent War?
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone was there.
Sylvia learned that by herself with Melandrock's tome, but I guess not.
Did you share that, or was that?
I didn't in-game share it, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you shared that piece of information. I mean, there is when you met Valdara, discussion that she recognized something from Sylvia. So something can be put together maybe through that, but nothing direct.
We discussed it. Right. We discussed it with someone who said, well, you should look at... Oh, I think it was with the Grand Herald. She's like, well, you should look into your heritage then. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
anyway, too. The Amirs are an old elven family. They may have seen some things too.
Elves.
Yes, elves.
Then Adam will say then, well, there should be either, you can basically, normally you would have to go around the lake, and that would take an extra day unless you flew, but I wouldn't recommend that in your case, especially if you've been flying pretty consistently.
I mean, as a druid of the coast, I can allow us to both walk directly over the water or breathe to swim through the water.
Interesting.
While that is great if you have the energy to do so, I was also going to recommend that there's a man that we know that can send you across it, if you would prefer that.
Send us across in a boat, or...
Yeah, in a boat.
Okay.
Fly faster? Too tiring. But it's not flying.
I would be interested in doing that because we could rest, but I don't know if the knights are just going to walk through the water. Or,
Knights are
you know,
slow.
they're slow, but the snail, and the snail doesn't stop.
The ward flickers.
Okay,
We go now.
we go
Please do
now.
not steal magic.
Yeah. Let's Adam and Robert, grab what you can. We need to go now.
Yes, but what are you going to do? If you're going to fly there, then it would be best for us just to stay.
I mean, I don't want to put you in harm's way, so let's get to the lake as quickly as we can and to get on the boat.
Okay. He fishes through his pockets and then hands you a carved like wooden medallion that has Gaia symbol on it, with some of the rune icons from what you were used to get into this sanctuary. And he says, "We'll hand this to the old man there. He will know that you're friends of ours, and he should be able to take you there." Robert will guide you, and I will stay here to ensure that the circle remains stabilized.
Thank you. Would you be able to pass this on to the council to see if they can provide us any support?
I will try if I encounter anyone else.
Because I know the druids are neutral, but this extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures.
We'll see what we can do.
Do not be
Good luck,
danger.
my friend.
Keep magic.
You depart.
Okay, bye.
Cool. You guys basically just, I'm assuming, just dash out. Basically, you're just gonna go like book
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Where we going? Oh Lord, he going.
Robert will turn into like a boar and just like run down that direction.
I love him. I love these
and-
two random ass dudes just sitting in the plains named Adam and Robert. They sound like
Basic white
stoners.
guy.
It's great.
Basic white guy number 1, basic white guy number 2.
So from them, I'm gonna have you guys do an athletics check. Representing you guys basically just running there.
Oh,
We
great.
still have
So good at
disadvantage.
athletic.
Can I have Lionrith's help?
He's
Yeah,
gonna be
you-
performing it on his own, so he will not be able to. But I'm not gonna have him roll because he's doing good right now. So remember, you have disadvantage.
Oh, we're both at disadvantage. Oh no!
A 2 and a
I
1.
rolled so good. I rolled a 17. but then
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Wow. Okay, guys. You skipped like a day. So
Maybe I should
You guys
also
are-
watch for something that can run.
you're getting tired, like pretty thoroughly through this.
Yeah,
And
why
you
didn't
don't-
you wild shape?
Because I thought I would be okay.
You're clearly not.
So you don't gain any time off, and if anything, you're a little bit slower than you would have thought. But
Small legs! Small legs!
yeah, you're trying. Like I would say that if anything, you just probably would have went the same pace, if not a little slower. Then because you're having to stop every 5 minutes.
I have a question that will determine if I wild shape or not. Can Gorfrak tell that she's the slowest one?
No, but you already committed to running, and
Okay.
so you can't undo that.
Understandable.
I'm not wanting to
'cause-
uncommit, but like if Gorfrak sees that she's the slowest, she's too prideful. She'll turn into something fast.
If you want to waste your wild shape, you can.
Oh, okay. You
Because there's the 6, that's the next highest. So
That's fair.
you guys eventually do reach this kind of like fisherman's shack. He has like his own. The dock looks nicer than the shack itself, and he has this like really nice kind of like pretty like homemade kind of barge.
Trustworthy, I'm sure.
Yeah, like honestly though, it looks like that's like probably the highest quality thing compared to the rest of his structure. He has like a little like lamp post at the end of the dock, and he seems to be talking to a group of people. As you guys approach, I will say that you haven't seen the knights in a little while, as you've been pushing through. But when you did immediately leave, they did kind of like pause for a bit, just still doing their effect, and then they went off and started following you guys. But they were only walking.
Okay, good. Glad they didn't slurp up the druid circle.
So you meet a total of 5 people. One that looks like an old man. He's got this like pointy little red hat, like that's kind of like triangular out. And he looks got some like overalls and just not like he's got this kind of fisherman look to him.
I love him.
And there is a dragonborn, a green dragonborn with a kind of like normally armored look, with a binding cloth wrapping on his back of some sort.
Did you say binding cloth?
Yeah, something that was wrapped in a binding cloth on his back.
Interesting.
What looks to be some sort of martial artist in orange robes.
Oh no! I know what this is.
Another person, humanoid, who is just in some blue robes with a hood. Looks really friendly. And a dwarf that is like an older dwarf, a little hardy. He looks like some sort of cleric or someone of the cloth of some sort. You recognize at least 2 of them as the Reclaimers.
I was wondering. It was like dwarf?
The Dragonborn and the dwarf you had met before.
Yeah.
And they have a what looks to be a head of some sort of monster on the ground nearby while they're talking to him as you guys approach.
What?
Oh my gosh. Can we see the knights at all?
They're not in sight, no.
Okay.
And Robert does transform back into his normal self and points out the older guy and goes, "That's Old Man Clive.
Do I have anything?
You just present that token to him. He'll get you across the lake."
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Is Clive a quick mover, or is he kind of like a likes to shoot the shit kind of guy?
Let's just say you might have to butter him up. He's not. He does his things his own pace, but I don't know.
Any good, much goodbyes?
Well, I should probably depart from here. He actually waves over to the group, and the Reclaimers obviously notice you, as well as the Old Man Clive does like a little like salute to that guy, and he's like, "All right, well, good luck." As Adam probably would say, that you're welcome back. Just don't bring those guys back.
Be safe, keep magic.
We would if we knew how.
Yeah, and well, if you ever need extra claw around, just let me know. And he heads back. Oh, it kind of does like a little bit like goes off a different direction, but you get the assumption maybe he's trying to like loop around, then go straight back.
Much young. Go now.
Yeah. Before we approach, I turned to Lionwith and I say, maybe stay behind us. Keep a low profile. Maybe don't talk if you Like, pretend like these guys are mean, even though they're not mean.
Gives you like a solid nod.
Cool. I guess since I'm the only one who speaks well here, I will initiate. I will initiate the conversation. I said, "You guys are the reclaimers, right? How long have you been tracking this monster for?" And I gesture to the head on the ground.
Way to jump into casual conversation.
Smooth.
The Dragonborn speaks up. He seems to be the talker of the group. Says, "Well, this was a Hydra that was causing some problems in the lake, and we thought we'd help out old Man Clive here. And well, now he can go out fishing on the lake and head into Wolford if he needs to."
Question of D&D lore: is this a Hydra in the Hercules sense, or is this a different kind of Hydra?
This is a typical Hydra.
Okay.
One head.
I look at them and I say, "You cut the head off of a Hydra?"
Well, yeah, I mean, in the traditional, like, you gotta, like, burn their heads and whatnot, and eventually just kind of... We need to bring back something for him.
If you didn't burn this head, that means it grew back. And then they all grew back.
We killed it, okay? Like... Do you have any big monsters you've been fighting recently?
What? You have no idea.
I when he asked that, I like snap back into the moment. Are they behind us?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You roll your insight, and we will see how that resolves, and then we'll take our break.
Insight check.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
I wanted to roll an insight on how if they actually killed it. It's a 13. What do I know about mortals?
Can I also roll an insight check?
Go for it.
Okay. Because I'm also very
telling
curious.
the truth.
Oh no.
From both of your indications, they're telling the truth.
Great. Seems right. Cool. Yes, many big problems. Don't know. Hello. Goodbye.
And we'll take our break.
What's up, players? Thanks for waiting on us during that break. We are back to get back into the shenanigans. I'm going to pass it off to Nathaniel again.
Yeah, we're continuing with Group B.
Oh no.
From what you understand, they are relatively telling the truth about killing this Hydra.
Yep. To respond specifically to his question, more than you know, more monsters than you know, bud. Anyway, what brings you to the northern shore of this unnamed lake?
We're just going around doing adventure stuff. I mean, we are not gonna kill the Hydra for the sake of it, because this guy needed help.
That's cool. I mean, is this the only adventure you've had since the Lux happened?
Some other stuff. Well, we probably should. I'm assuming you're here for Old Man Clive and not us.
Yes, boat. Problem. Gorfrak.
Yeah, I know. Ku, I'm not good socially, so I'm trying to be nice.
Cloth.
I know. There are. Wait, what cloth? The blinding cloth? I know. I that's on my mind too. There are two potentially like ancient magic knights following us, and we're trying to get across the lake. I don't know if they'll bother you, but I also don't know if you want to find out. So do you want to get on the barge with us and we can chat while we cross to Wolford?
I mean, we're planning on heading north, so
Danger.
well, that would be helpful, but we have some other things we have to attend to.
Cloth.
I turn to Ku because I'm going. I don't know why, but I'm going into mom mode. What are you talking about? What cloth are you talking about, sweetie?
You just get the little like grabby talons of cloth. Bloody cloth.
Okay, I know. I know we don't know each other from Gaia. Can I ask a personal question? One adventurer to another.
Sure.
I have never seen a blinding cloth that big before. What is he hiding, if you don't mind me saying?
Are you asking him or Ku? I'm confused too now.
Oh, sorry. I asked Ku what she was focused on. I'm turning back to the group now. It's the biggest blinding cloth I've ever seen. What are you hiding?
I mean, haven't you like try to protect your like family heirlooms or like large things before?
Need
like,
use. Very important.
I mean, they're not like that rare. I mean,
Only one. Here. Need use. Shiny baby god. Who's growing more and more exasperated as the minutes pass and the nights get closer.
I'm grabbing. I like slap shut Ku's beak when she says "shiny baby god." How big is this blinding cloth?
roll perception.
You know that horrifying commercial from several years back about Puppy Monkey Baby? The way you're saying "shiny god baby" is ringing.
Oh
that
my
bell in my
gosh.
head, and I hate
I
it.
don't remember that.
Good.
I don't suppose I'm allowed to give Gorfrak help with this.
I would say you could.
Okay.
Roll with advantage, my good buddy. Yeah!
So it is. I need to get some dimensions here. Give me a second.
You can answer in the form of, is it big enough to cover a lion riff?
Probably not.
I thought you were going to say, is it big enough to cover a potato? I don't know what my trip down memory lane is saying, but
The one we have is big enough to cover a potato.
I'm having flashbacks to potato energy.
me too.
You get probably like
Oh my god.
9 square feet, maybe ish, give or take.
9
That's
square
pretty
feet.
big.
That's not big enough to cover Lionrith?
I don't think so. You need to like
Try.
specially craft something for him, possibly in a populated city with a lot of magic
Right.
users, such as like religious people.
Oh.
Oh.
But
No.
like
That was an unnecessarily rudely phrased hint. I feel like.
He's trying to tell us. We had an
think
after
it's-
stream conversation about admitting to the church that we are not knowing what's going on, and we haven't tried that yet. I don't know why.
We haven't had an opportunity to try that.
Yeah,
I'll
but
put
Anyways.
it that way.
instead of trying that, you
Here.
said, "Hey, let's break out violently."
Oh, but
I'm
let us
poking fun
know.
at
Killed
a
anyone.
comment that was made. There's a comment made a while ago by your group of doing such a thing of getting a large blinding cloth and proceeded never to interact or do anything with it when you got to Titania.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're stupid. We know.
Yeah. I laugh at the stupid
Listen,
D&D players.
I'm
It's a fun
looking-
thing to do.
Here's
Herding cats.
they're just forgetful.
here's the real question. Do the reclaimers now think Koo is insane because Koo just keeps saying these random things and then ended it with "Hey, shiny
Probably.
baby god"?
Probably. Koo does not come off very sane, ever. Especially when you don't know what she is.
All right.
Temporary fix. We're looking for a temporary fix, people.
Looking for a temporary fix to a systemic issue.
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot
I
pole.
was gonna say, everybody that's low hanging fruit, move on.
So
So I'm gonna to the reclaimers. I'm gonna be like, it was so good seeing you guys. Sorry to be so brief and insane and rushed. We need to get away. I hand the medallion to the fisherman and I'm like, hi, I'm Gorfrak. Can we leave, please?
well, looks like you got something really valuable here. So you know the druids up north?
Yeah, we met them. They're old friends.
Well, this certainly will get you across. They've been very helpful, but you're gonna need to get me some metal objects to sweeten the
talking
deal.
about- Are you talking
Like
about
money?
Get through my pocket plane.
Yeah, he's referring to coin.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna pull out like an old tankard and offer it up to him.
I got anything valuable.
Ah!
I pull out 5 gold and I'm like, is this enough? But I don't have time for.
Oh boy! He takes it and is like, "Get on board, royalty."
I would have just started with 1 gold. Like, is this enough?
I love him.
At this point, when he says that, for people who are generally aware of the situation, you can see the knights in the far distance.
Oh no!
Yes, go now.
Are they on
No.
horseback or are they still walking?
They're walking.
Okay. Get on the boat. Get on the boat.
Okay. You get on the boat. He's a little quicker than you would imagine this old man being, but he gets on there. The reclaimers are talking. They kind of wave goodbye to you as he sets
I have
sail
a
off into the
really,
lake.
really, really bad idea that I really want to do. Do I do it? I'm getting
I
a
need
yes
more-
from Faith.
I
I want
need
to
more
try and steal the blind.
clarification.
I don't know what
and
it
then
is.
Jump back onto the boat.
Okay. Roll.
I have the portal ability. If I just linger, I might be able to get onto the. I don't know. I'm rolling what, sleight of hand and stealth,
Sleight of
maybe.
hand. Yep.
Okay, I have used 1 die bolstered knack today. I'm going to use potentially 2 more. We'll see. I'm gonna use it on that stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. Come
Who
on.
is trying to go? What is Ku
13,
trying to do?
17. Try to steal the blinding cloth.
Oh.
I basically just need to sneak up, grab it, get away, and jump back to the boat using my portal.
So, before I play out the scene, you are aware that it is likely wrapped around something. It's not just a plain cloth that's not used for anything, right?
Oh. Yeah.
So,
would it be
so in
easier to
theory,
grab
you'll be
the-
stealing the item.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay. So
I don't suppose I can. leave
everything
the
seems to
item
go off a
behind.
hitch. Until the blue cloaked guy intervenes.
Oh, no.
And he snatches your hand, and no one's really aware of it other than like the two of you. And he says, and he looks like a human with like young, like almost like a teenager with like a dirty blonde hair. And he says, so let me help you out here. You have some really dangerous people chasing you, and you want to make more enemies in this moment right now, that if you took this, you would have to end you. You understand this, right?
Keep thing. What cloth? Hide very powerful thing.
You
What
have
changing thing.
to.
Please? What?
You have to be very careful when you steal things from people, that maybe this is something that's very important to us, and then if you took this from us, they would hurt us. Is that fair?
We talk later, creepy mind man. I'm gonna leave without what I want.
Oh, you just leave at this point?
Can't have cloth? Please?
No, you can't at all.
What is?
All right. He gets really close to you, and then he whispers in your ear, "It's nothing important. You should
Makes
go."
no sense. Yeah, mortals. Hate you. Make no sense, mind man. We'll talk later. And I leave.
And he watches you go.
Very angry, stomp to the edge of the dock, rip open the door, step onto the boat, and close it after me.
This tiny little bird-like creature just stomping down the dock.
I imagine it sounds like just quarters hitting the ground.
Dink, dink, dink.
Oh,
Ku, could you roll me a perception check?
oh no.
I can indeed. I'm very scared. What'd I roll? I can't see it.
You rolled a 14. You'll be failing this check. Do you want to use your psychic die or knack or whatever?
Desperately, yes.
Okay.
Desperately-ness. Where is my... Hold on.
Hey,
Struggling.
hey.
Yes!
So the 22 in total. And you're not aware of anything. And from what you would seem is that, like, you weren't really aware of anything that was really kind of going on to begin with. Like, if that makes sense.
No, I'm very lost. I, the player, am...
You are not perceptive, is what I'm saying specifically.
I still failed the check.
It, as in, your check is not a 22, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, what?
There's a
You were not Ku was not
water.
perceptive at all in this situation. Is not aware of anything. That's very carefree. Not aware of.
Can the suspicious druid also roll perception?
Wait, hold on. I'm so stupid for this. I still Are you saying that something messed with Ku's head, so nothing seems weird?
So what I'm saying is that whatever Ku was like, Ku had a 22 perception, right?
Yes.
So Ku, in the end result of everything, does not have a 22 anymore, and has not gotten to the result of a 22 anymore.
Divination die.
Okay,
Maybe.
that be clear.
What? Divination wizards are very uncommon.
Apparently not super uncommon. That was desperately confusing. Okay.
Is
I'm
one
just
of
saying
the
you're
reclaimers
reflective in the situation, and you just like couldn't figure that out.
Is one of the reclaimers a divination wizard?
I think it was probably the blue guy. He stopped me from seeing whatever I wanted to see.
Man, he just used both div rolls in one interaction.
I'm so mad that he just used a player thing against us. Damn it, Nathaniel. How dare you? You're so good.
That's assuming that's what it is. And,
I want to know!
but I will have to tell you in the end anyway, because it's a multi-character sheet. You did lose one of your cloth things.
He didn't!
Yeah.
He took one of my collection?
Yep.
You guys probably can't get the cameras frozen, but I am making a very offended face.
I think we just found Ku's nemesis.
I hate this man.
Serves Ku right for constantly stealing other people's cloth without their consent.
I was gonna use it to help with, okay.
And at the same time,
I'm talking about
you're already in a bad
general.
situation. You're like, you know what? Let's just take off more people.
Right.
It's for the greater good. I am going to hunt down this stupid magic man.
Anyway,
I'm
we'll
more
continue
invested in
onwards.
this campaign than I have been so far.
Also, on the theme of the greater good, I would like to investigate if there is a Hydra in the water or not living.
I'm so mad right now.
I'm just gonna tell you plainly, there isn't. It is dead.
Okay.
As you'll have to
cool.
go through the lake, and it will not show up.
Love that. Love that for us. Things are like a depth for old line rip team option B. Does the lake, like, is Wolford on the lake? Is it? What is the
No.
geography?
I'm saying it again.
What is the lake's relation to Wolford? Like, is Wolford on the lake? Is it far from the lake?
It's far from it. It's about like an hour, like where you're going.
Okay.
I will say I need to make a correction for you, Ku. You probably had those collection probably in your like portal safe.
Yeah.
As a result, I'll take your thieves' tools.
I mean, we can just say that there was part of the collection in, like, she's got
Okay.
wrappings and cloth all around her.
Okay, that's fine then. I
Something
didn't
from that-
want to like break that immersion there.
Cool. She's
So-
down one scarf and is very mad about it.
Okay. All right.
We can just fix it by stealing a dirty rag. I don't know.
Excuse you. You have no idea anything about.
Let's continue. You'll be able to rest through the night, as it'll take about a day to get through it all.
Oh.
It is a little slow because you're on a barge and he does his best. You will pass into the night and then into a little bit into the morning before you reach the lake, the edge of the lake. Yes.
Can I use my sending stone to send something to Sylvia?
You can.
You have to send it to Let because Let's
Yeah,
the
Let
one
has
that
it, though.
has the
Okay,
stone.
I'll send it to
So-
Let.
Does Let have your stuff yet?
He doesn't know, or she doesn't know in this case, so just let it play out.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, Gorfar gets to know that they are in prison, so I'm just gonna pretend
Yeah.
like they got it. So would would Gorfrak just say which? Okay, Big Trouble in Forest, heading to Sylvia's.
Oh no!
You don't get a response.
I hope that's not intercepted.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're on the lake? Yes?
Do sending stones work as text or voice?
It is like a mental voice. Whoever's holding the stone hears it.
Okay, good, because I was going to say that's going to do us no good. Let can't read and would totally crumple that up and throw it out.
No, yeah, it is a mental voice of Gorfrak saying those words.
We're good then.
Or it let.
It's voice to text. We're good.
So.
We rest and Gorfrak rests and recovers. There, she doesn't want to do anything.
Okay, cool. Rest and recover?
Oh. Theoretically, but I think it involves a lot of stomping around and looking angry.
Okay. Get your long rests. You won't, you'll get rid of your exhaustion.
Okay. I'm so mad.
Hallelujah.
Oh man, Ku is so mad. I'm so mad.
Could have avoided that.
Yeah, but it's funner to the bear. Besides, now
Say
I
this.
feel very immersed in the game.
Say this, but your current situation of the entire party is not doing great.
Listen,
Poke
we
the
all know
bear.
I'm famous for poking the bear, getting myself frozen in time, stealing
Gonna
the
say,
etc.
You're just
poke the bear,
trying to
eat
help
the
you.
fruit, freeze the body.
I can only help so much, okay?
Listen, I appreciate what you did. I feel very immersed, and now I have like a goal in life, which is to
Okay.
find this person and realize some stuff, like I knew my name, and to get my thing back and find out what was under that blend cloth.
So,
It wasn't anything
Anyway.
important.
yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you look at that. Okay, so you guys arrive at your destination. Old Clive ties off on a boat that isn't seen not a boat, a dock that pretty empty. There's no other houses or things nearby. It just looks like it's just a dock that very much you can see the city in the distance. And he goes, "Well, thanks, guys. If you need any help getting back across, just let me know. I'll be
Will
here
you be
for
here?
you." I mean, I come every few days fishing. I go up and sell it in the city. So if you just wait here, if you need anything, let old Clive know.
Palatian riverboat man.
Well, can I pay you with the potential of some people potentially coming and finding you later, and you taking them across?
I'll do whatever you need me to do. You can pay me whatever.
Okay. If somebody from House Amer comes from the same northern direction of the lake, if I pay you 10 gold, will you take the 4 of them across?
I'll surely do that.
Okay.
You just gave him like a year's wages.
That's fine. If anything, I'm a philanderer.
I was gonna say, if I know Taylor.
I
Right.
don't think philanderer means what you think it does.
Yeah, you're
I-
thinking of philanthropist, not a philanderer.
You know.
You know
So
what?
we're gonna,
I meant what I said. I said what I meant.
Yeah, you pay him the 10 gold. So mark that off, and he will, if he encounters any emirs, he will surely sail them across.
Perfect. All
I
right.
don't like
What
how
to do?
you phrased that. I don't like how you phrased that at all.
Well, any emirs, and there's only like a Sylvia out there right now.
Oh yeah, good point.
And who else? Like,
extended family. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we would like to enter Wolford.
We fly in.
Do we see the knights anywhere?
More perception. It's been a while since you've seen them. It's about like literally a day. You don't see them with the 15.
Okay. I think we would like to. I say we walk to Wolford just in case we need to make a quick getaway.
Flying faster. Fine.
You're walking in.
That is my current idea, but I am not the only member of this group and have no preference.
Might be stopped at gate. Can't always fly in later. Might as well go. Q keeps looking back across the.
But if we're not welcome and we fly in, then that definitely will get us kicked out of the city.
Damn.
If I know anything about Sylvia's parents, it's that they're very formal and they're grieving right now, so they're probably even more formal.
Elves. Prime plane worst. We
I'll also
go.
point out it would be like visually in the sky, just lying with Inku and like a bird.
Oh. Yeah.
Let us walk to Wolford.
Walk quickly, yes.
Okay. You head your way up from a distance, and as you approach, this is a almost very stereotypical kind of like medieval fantasy town. More similar to just like a large town, like a city of sorts. There is aspects of like elven architecture throughout different parts of it. You can kind of see it in a lot of what appear to be anything old, as well as in the distance. What I do believe, I have the wrong notes up here. Give me 1 second.
Got this anxiety in my gut that I did from entering the city.
Sylvia, since you're relatively in your document right now a bunch, did I ever specify what building your family lived in?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because to me, it has always been a large mansion of elven kind of design. It's not really a castle. But I wanted to confirm that before I.
That's fine. I don't think Wolford's really like a fortress necessarily.
Yeah.
Should say it's a fortress.
And it's an impenetrable fortress. Well, no knights can get us.
Yeah! I was kind of hoping there would be
It's shielded by magic that's impenetrable.
We have giant wards and barriers.
There's
no demon or angel can penetrate.
Jeez.
Peasants in there.
This is reminding me of like playing any kind of make believe with like a 5-year-old, and they're like, and if you try to shoot me, you'll lose immediately.
Right.
And also, I have a Pegasus.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Either
It
I
is
don't
pervious to lasers.
So anyway, you can see the large estate kind of manor, very much a kind of like almost like a chateau. It's kind of what I'm design of that
Elven chateau.
An elven chateau, large gardens around it. Oh, it's almost like there's just like a large park, and then in the center is the manor itself, which you can kind of see in the distance because it's a little bit on high.
This explains so much.
And
Bridgerton.
throughout the city itself is gardens, things like that. It's very much a mixture of like an elven town and then stereotypical fantasy.
Cool.
So when you approach, there are a set of guards there in their blue and purple, and they approach the three of you and they ask, Okay, there might be a joke involved here, but I'm gonna be honest. This is a little weird.
Very weird.
I don't think jokes at a time when we're paying our respects to a fallen noble are appropriate.
Ooh.
Glad to hear you have their sympathies. If you're attending any of the morning ceremonies, they happen every few days in some of the town squares nearby. That's great that you're here to attend, but that doesn't answer the question of, and they point at Lionrith and then Ku.
I wave.
Wait, did they recognize Gorfrak?
Perfect's just like a normal person. Like, she just looks like a
Okay.
like a nature hippie.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to determine what I want to tell them or not tell them. I can appreciate that you are doing your job. And I can answer specific questions, but I don't want to share anything without being with the Amir family, because the information I have is related to both their daughter and what has happened since we last saw them in Lux and that kind of stuff. And I don't want to endanger Einrith or Sylvia any more so than they already are.
or persuasion.
Ooh. I wonder if I can help by like nodding emphatically.
I don't think in this case you can help.
Probably not.
Go through that, and she's gonna say, I don't know you or anything you're talking about.
My name's Gorfrak. I saved Sylvia on the beaches of Sunstone when she departed to head to the tournament in Lux. I traveled with her from the west, from Sunstone to
He like
Lux.
raises up his hands and he's like, "That's a great story. I just want to know why you're with a dragon. Dragons can cause property damage. I just need to know what you're doing here
This
and
one-
why."
Okay. This one doesn't cause property damage, and Sylvia's father has met this dragon before, and I think is rather fond of him. But
Mention that he's house trained.
We are here to pay our respects to the Emirs, and in the most immediate moment, we are currently running from something that we think Sylvia's father or family may know how to at least get rid of in the moment.
Oh, are you talking about those wraiths?
Are they pointing at the knife?
No, not anything specific. They're just saying in general. Are you talking about the wraiths?
What is a wraith? This is a magic I'm not familiar with.
There are these magic guys that have been walking around places in like armor.
Big for metal bad.
Yes, do you know
Big for
them?
metal bad.
Do you know of
I mean, they've
them?
walked
How many
through
of them
town
are there?
once before. We've seen them, like we've heard rumors of these things. Travelers have seen them on the road. Like,
They're after
bad.
us.
he's like, oh boy, okay. I don't know. Hey, Sam. And then there's like Sam, who's like up on the wall, and he's like,
Really original
yeah.
name.
Can you let like Catherine? Can you let her know that we got some like the Rays are chasing these guys? And he's like, I got you, man. He goes off.
I love it.
I can't decide if I'm getting Monty Python vibes from this or if
It
I'm
does
getting
have
those two vultures from the Jungle
Jungle
Book
Book?
where they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? But I'm getting one of those two vibes.
the guy named Sam comes back out and goes, "They're clear. Like, they should be fine." And the guy goes, "All right, well, you got cleared by the captain. You can go in."
Yay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Be safe, keep magic.
I will let you know, the wraiths, they'll just jump over the wall. Like, they're not, we've tried to like gate them off. We've tried a variety of things. They're not, you can't just stop them at the gate.
Look a bit Gorfag.
Sounds like we're gonna have to stop him here soon if we don't want him in town.
They haven't like harmed anybody, but if they're after you, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they've walked through town, they haven't like harmed anyone. They're just really weird. But if they're after you, I'm just going to let you know. We haven't been able to deter them.
Oh.
Okay, which is why we need to see the emirs presently.
Well, that's not my job. I'm the guard at the gate.
No,
So.
I get you. I'm just. I hope
My name's Eric. What's yours?
Eric.
Oh, I already asked you that.
Cool.
All right, instinctual.
Cool.
Thanks, Eric.
Good bird noises. Thanks for coming, I guess.
Eric is giving me I don't get paid enough for this crap vibes.
I was gonna say employee of the month.
I love Eric.
New
He's my
favorite
favorite
NPC,
person.
Eric, the guardsman.
I'm gonna make Nathaniel a fantasy name generator for his birthday.
This feels like the first NPC we've met that was truly spur of the moment.
You know,
And I love it.
we talked about doing merch for Shiny Baby God. I want merch for Eric.
Me too.
Eric merch. Oh, I need to make silhouettes. Dang it.
Well, let's stay on track here.
Right. We're still in danger.
I'm assuming you want to head to the Emir's household.
Yes.
I want to move with purpose quickly, but I also don't want to. Gorfrak is mustering the most decorum she can, and she understands at base level they're mourning their daughter right now, and that requires a certain amount of attention, but we also have a very, very pressing issue.
Okay.
And so I want to. I don't want to barge into their house, but I also don't want to like wait.
Both of you roll perception as you head that way.
Oh dear.
Rocking it with these 12s tonight.
I'll give this to you,
I'd help
Gorfrak.
now. Oh, okay.
He could. Gorfrak wants to roll again. See if you see. That's much
Ooh,
better.
there we go.
That's much better. So as you are passing like inns, things like that, you see like job postings and things, and you see a wanted board. And currently
In
there are
the
two faces
house?
on there
In the city.
in the city. Yeah, they did not. Yeah, they went up to the chateau up there and started putting faces of people.
That's why they're trying to get into the
For the
city.
funeral.
Oh, okay, I missed that somehow.
Two of them are literally getting posted as you walk by. Are of you and Lionrith. Your bounty. Both of you are wanted alive. Your bounty is 1,000 platinum. His is 10,000 platinum.
Is
From the
this by the church?
Yeah, from what it seems like.
Oh no.
So that's just posted now. In retrospect of this time frame, as you're heading up to this chateau, we are now passing into. You guys are now in the ahead of time of Group A. You have surpassed them now.
Okay.
As you make it up to the gate, and coincidentally, Connell is approaching up there as well. He's kind of like chatting with one of the guards and servants as they're kind of like walking up to it, and he waves you over as you approach.
Hi, Connell.
For people who don't know who Connell is the older brother of Sylvia. He is the second oldest, or now the oldest, sibling of
Yep.
her family. He's the current heir now to
Can't say it
their
that way.
estate and realm.
Yeah.
And he is this heavily armored guy. He has a big, like, great hammer, long flowing blonde hair, and he has a cat that is around sometimes.
That's right.
Wally.
What's his name?
His name's Wally, the cat.
Wally.
Hey guys, it's where's my sister?
Last we knew of, Titania.
Not dead.
That's good. That's good. Are you coming for the funeral, I guess?
I swear if you don't say yes and you say we're coming for refuge, he's gonna slap somebody.
Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to, like, if Connell will let me grab his hand, I'd like to, like, hold his hand, but if he won't let me do that, I just want to put my hand on his shoulder. I want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't imagine what you're going through right now. Yes. We are here for the funeral, and the intention is that we would have arrived in Hull with Sylvia and Let and Aya and
Isn't that Kaya?
Yes. I still say her name because we've known her for like 2 or 3 weeks now. Our intention was to arrive as a group, but we've run into some obstacles along the way. Can I, not to be rude, can I ask who posted those wanted pictures? Was that your father or was that somebody else?
What are you talking about?
I'm just back here making. Nope, no gesture, like slashing across the neck. Nope, stop it. Nope.
There are wanted posters for Lionrith and myself in the city center.
Correct.
Feels like and everyone like looks around at Connell like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, let's go talk to my dad.
I agree.
Right, everybody? He kind of like, he just kind of like starts heading up to the house.
Connell seems awful chipper, all things considered.
Poor guy has no idea how to respond to this.
I mean, sister's friends are not with his sister. Lost a sister already. You gotta be positive. He's a positive guy.
I love Connell and I love Wally, and I'm so sad that I don't get to be here as Fern. Continue.
So, do you follow them?
Can I roll insight?
You probably should.
Can. So are you just trying to see if he's gonna arrest you?
No, I'm not playing lie detector here.
Okay.
Is his surprise reaction genuine?
Yes, he had no idea anything you just said, and he fully believes you.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I'll follow without any resistance.
Okay. You head into the house. Well, up to the house, really. You can see there. If you weren't like, there is a large festivity that is going to be happening. The funeral, of course. There's decorations everywhere, but also like attendants and people. There's almost a like, I don't want to say a wedding vibe of like someone's trying to pick up flowers really quickly, but that's that type of someone comes out with a variety of different flowers, and the Sylvia's mother was like, this one, and then like goes off to do something else, and it looks completely engrossed in this, to a very intricate degree. As in, like, there is certain like cloths that they've come out with nearly identical cloths, maybe like curtains of some sort. each one has a slight difference, and she looks at each of them with a critical eye before eventually selecting another, and then repeating this process several times with different things. As you approach in, a servant that Connell's with departs, as well as the guard, and he turns to you guys and says, "We're not going to bother Mom here, so we're going to keep going into my dad's study, where he's currently working. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything weird."
That one's fair.
There's so many clots.
I want to talk to both of them while Connell's grabbing Dad. Flying Riff
As
and
someone
No, he wants you to come with you guys.
Following.
Like, he's going to lead you to this study.
Okay.
As
can I-
someone
can I-
who's an only child, was that actually older brother vibes? Is that what older siblings do? Like, don't be weird when you
Yeah.
talk to your little siblings' friends.
Probably
Yeah.
more of a he witnessed the dinner party and
Yeah.
knows that was an appropriate
The-
level of warning.
The dinner was rough. Like nobody knew how to behave. They
Lovely.
almost got like kicked
Whole
out.
time insulting
Yeah.
everyone, and then got a gift and decided that they loved everyone.
Lovely.
But also the person
Sylvia
with
was
the worst manners is
mortified.
now frozen in time. So
This is true.
True.
You are now down one street urchin, gained one thief.
Yeah.
we need to
Right.
set some ground rules with Ku. After Connell says that, I say about that. Can I pause for 30 seconds and talk to the one I'm most worried about?
Yeah.
Ku, would you have relayed to Gorfrak during the boat ride about being upset about the stealing the cloth and not being successful,
yeah.
things like that?
Who would have stormed about
Okay.
yammering about it?
So in as plainly as I can, Gorfrak just says, "You know how the group on the dock was mad about you trying to steal stuff?
Good reason.
These people will be very big, much more mad if you try to steal stuff. So until we talk to the man we're gonna go talk to and we explain who you are and things like that, please don't take anything. Please don't teleport anywhere. And please don't try to stealth away or sneak away or anything. Just stay and listen for a while."
Resent this. Okay.
I know, but we're in somebody else's house, so we have to play by their rules and customs.
Would make a nice trade.
Can I like
Understand, yes, go.
I'm like thinking about ripping off a part of my cloak and giving it to Ku. Like pacify her for the moment.
Yes, go. Mortal,
Okay.
stupid, hate all. Keep going.
Okay,
I miss
All right.
Fern.
let's go talk to Daddy Amir.
Okay, cool. You guys head up to his study. In a elaborate rooms, like marble flooring, like intricate looking drapes, artwork. Much better than their house that they had in Lux. It's very evident of that. There is kind of somewhat of an open floor plan in certain areas where large spaces have like pillars and things, but they're just draped off by different cloth and whatnot. And then there's also areas where it just goes out to a patio area and the like. Eventually you reach up to the upper floors where his study is at, which is almost has an identical look to the study that we saw previously with Sylvia. Large bookshelves along the wall, a singular desk, some different knickknacks and things about, but some display cases around as well of old-looking elven artifacts. As Connell opens the door and goes, "So we have some of Sylvia's friends here. I think the rest will be on." And he looks up and goes, "All right, Connell. Please depart. I need to speak with the two wanted criminals that
Oh,
I-
deals.
I kind of look around. Like,
No. Don't speak. don't speak. I'll let you know when to speak here. How? How did all of you upset the church enough to where I've had to put up wanted posters? All my cities. Tomorrow, you will be wanted criminals across everywhere, I guess. Sylvia's in jail.
Oh, so he knows.
I've had to send a representative down to clear up her case. Hopefully
Oh, no.
she doesn't do
no.
anything that will make it worse. And as Connell was he out the door completely, and he's like, jeez. He shuts the door nicely, and he goes, and okay, and then he pulls out a magical orb and sets it kind of on his pedestal, and he does a signal on it, and a ward appears of some sort, and he says, all right, I've magically protected for any divination, things like that. And your dragon companion is apparently a god that was informed to the king yesterday because the church is upset that this is going on.
He's gonna tug on Gorfrak's belt and be like, he knows what.
I reach, not breaking eye contact, I grab her beak and just manually hold it shut.
I have
I'm
a
so curious
funeral
with every aspect of this.
that we are participating in a few days that is very intricate, and I do not want to upset anyone. We'll have family coming in a few days. And you show up on my front doorstep right before that's all going to occur. So, you know what? Why are you here? You may speak now.
Thank you.
Tap Gorfrak's hand.
I don't unclench Q's jaw. First two things. A, I am sorry. B, I can't imagine the gravity of the loss you're going through right now. Again, I am sorry. I did not know Sylvia got arrested.
Yes, apparently she got into an argument with a god. So
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Technically, I wasn't arguing.
Why does he sound shocked?
You know how strong-willed your daughters are, and that is one of their most admirable qualities. Your daughter
problematic.
and I admittedly were a little coarse with both the Grand Herald and the speaker, who was at that moment Ethios, but we didn't know it was Ethios. Would you permit me to back up from leaving Lux, because there's been a lot of ground we've covered, and so I know you care mostly about Sylvia and her arrest, but there's a lot of context information that at least explain things a little bit.
okay, so all I need to know right now, as you know, I don't want an army of paladins coming to my city, because you know what's going on right now? We have a possible second creation war, and there's treaties that were made, and they have the authority now to maybe cause an inquisition on the druids, to anybody harboring any assistance of Aldara. So I need to know why you're here before we do anything else.
Okay, we're here because
And who's that?
I would like to make eye contact with this man and speak into his mind.
I'm sorry, you're asking so many questions, so I'm going to just answer your most recent one and work backwards. We fought Valdara in Maple Grove. She killed every single living being in the...
Oh.
Anyway, after
What
we
have
after
you been
we
doing?
I know, like right before we fought Valdara, this thing just came out of like a portal in reality, and
This thing?
honestly, she's been really helpful for us to understand Lionrith. So I don't know how to feel about her just yet, but she's been stealing a lot. I'm sorry if she steals anything while she's here. I've already told her not to, but I can't control her, and my life is falling apart around me. I'm so sorry.
I did not
That's the
know
answer to that question.
Gorfrak was. I did not know Gorfrak was capable of word vomit, but that's what just happened.
Well,
He goes,
she's at her breaking point right now. We've been running for 2 days.
I mean,
River from the
fair.
Rites! Like,
Speaking of, so here's why we're on your doorstep. That was your other most recent question. We were worried about when we were talking to the church in Titania because we thought that they were going to hurt Lionrith because Lionrith is afraid of his dad. We think Ethios is his father or some kind of parental figure, and so Lionrith was scared of him, and so I want to protect this potential god. Or this guy, I don't think potential is the wrong word. He's a god. It's fact. We wanted to protect him, and so I and this is Ku. Ku is the bird's name, and I take my hand away from the beak. This is Ku. And we fled from Titania. We were gonna wait for your daughter in the Forest of Raccoons, but then the Wraiths, and I say sorry, the Wraiths are also right behind us too. The Wraiths caught us, and
we hear
we
Wraiths!
we just ran. We ran, and we knew that you are a force to be reckoned with, and so this was the only safe place that we could think of because we haven't heard from Sylvia since we left. Titania. I think it was 3 days ago at this point. She wasn't in jail when we left.
okay. Let's take a calm air to this. First of all,
This
it's
poor
nice to meet
man.
you, Ku. Lyrith, it is nice to see you again. Gorfrak, a pleasure. Now,
Is it though?
it's not. Eavesdropper Connell, please leave. So, one thing I can impart some knowledge for you. The Wraiths are a old enemy back during the Creation War. They are believed to be servants of Valdara, and they are superb trackers and sometimes assassins. They are nearly unkillable. If you kill them, they'll come back right back the next day. If they're after Lionrith, then that's you're not looking good. At least I assume they're after him. I mean, I'm not going to be I'm going to be truthful here and say I don't think either of you are that valuable or important that
No.
they would be
I
hunting you
agree.
down that extremity. So,
Cloth! Indian cloth! Tried to steal, not steal. Very mad.
Who is saying
Yes.
something about us blind? Yeah, okay, you get it.
okay. So, am I understanding correctly that you fled the church into these nights, then fled from them to here? And those nights, which are multiple, have up to maybe a total of 8, I think, is our current estimate, are possibly on their way here.
2. Oh.
Okay, so 2 know your location, but there are
Yes.
more, and they all seem to be converging on one location at any given time.
Oh no.
So
Yes.
there are 8 coming here, probably. I don't know. And if I understand correctly, you want Sanctuary to hide out, as it were, from either group.
I mean, we're in over our heads.
clearly.
And so I don't know if sanctuary is what we're seeking, because it seems like we're making choices for what's a foot in front of us with no regard to what's 10 feet from us. And so your counsel would be invaluable in this moment. Because to be totally truthful, our one objective above all after leaving Lux was to get here on time for the funeral. Everything that has happened has just been a symptom of us leaving Lux and talking to Sirius Deacon and finding
Well,
out.
and the aspects.
Thought. Raise your hand really high. Thought.
Yes, you may speak.
New plane. Look between them. Are they getting it? No. Fuck it. We're making the mental connection. I'll roll that in a minute. We go to a new plane where they can't find us. I am a good plan. This is a good plan. Hi, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Ku. Are you selling mysteries?
Here's what I'll say. After the funeral, we're gonna have a bunch of tapestries in cloth that we're not gonna need anymore. You can take those. Or if you speak to our tailor, I bet they have some rejects that you can sort through.
I love it here. This is a wonderful place. Problems.
So,
while we're talking strategy here, I think it's an important skill to know when you have lost. And I'm not saying that we've lost, but I don't think we can fight the church.
all right. Someone who has dealt with them for hundreds of years. I've never seen them this upset about anything. So you have that going for you.
Oh man, we're doing great.
But at the same time, I was not live during the first creation war. So we're gonna hope that it's less than that.
Might be cause of all the war. I point to Lionrith.
That's great. That
divine.
doesn't help us right now.
Oh, right.
What we need to do is come up with something that does not involve you staying here. Because if the knights are behind you, they'll be here in a few days, and I do not want anyone else harmed that relative to my family.
Agreed.
We cannot have that. And I don't have anything that could actually stop them. I, however, can delay the church in several regards. They have not personally come here to investigate yet. I think they will eventually. Especially if anything relating to Sylvia, and especially if they haven't gotten any information out of them, of your location, your whereabouts. So, this leads us to the next point. Who you mentioned a separate plane, like another plane of existence. That is problem. If you're trying to avoid Ethios, you can't go to the Celestial Plane. Trying to avoid Valdara, you can't go to the Abyssal Plane. Elemental Planes would not recommend that you go.
No,
The Spirit Realm, well, that is a dangerous place that I don't think any of you of your skill set could attempt. There's the edge of reality, but no one can reach that. We don't have the magical range to reach it. Can't go to the void, so can't go there. Am I missing any? I don't think I am.
Home.
I am not. I don't think that's a plane. I don't know where you're from entirely.
I'm gonna put an image of it into his mind.
That's wonderful. However, I don't
Shit.
know. I don't think that's a plane or in the traditional sense that we know of.
Could try.
You could, but can you move from it, or is it a physical location that you'll pop in and out of? I.e., what I'm
I
referring to
shrug.
is you go in, you're in this same spot that you were.
Oh, yeah. Don't know. I just go in and out, and where I go in, I come out.
And I'm gonna, as a DM, gonna help you here. You can only do small creatures.
Oh, right.
Uh,
That is a problem.
yeah.
Can't go home. If not
Do
home,
you thi-
where?
Do you think
At
the
least with your
church?
current capabilities, I will say.
Do you think that the church could keep Weinrith safe from the wraiths?
Yes, they like the Rays were a large part of the Silent War itself. They were large pieces in it, and they've fought them and dealt with them before. They're just unkillable.
That
You just have to
was
deal with them accordingly.
range time on the
Do
material.
you think that the church is, if we return with Weinrith with our tail between our legs, apologetically, do you think the church would, obviously won't forgive, will at least become non-hostile?
I
The
would
last-
imagine so.
The last thing I want is an inquisition towards the Druids or the Emirs. I mean, right now, Valdara is likely our common enemy. I don't think we want to divide the forces any further. Because there's also
Weinrith.
the traitor Regulus. There's also them running about somewhere to deal with too.
I
Yes,
would like to
Bassin?
turn to Lionrith. I would like to turn to Lionrith. You know more now. What does your mind say? Why did we run? Why is Ethios make you bad?
It's still a little fuzzy.
You are not fuzzy. You are scaly.
He smiles at that and then says, there's something important that we need to do, but we can't do that there. Does that make sense?
Where is there?
Well, if I go back and see my dad, I don't think I can do it if I'm there.
They're meaning Titania, or they're meaning the celestial plane?
Both? I think it's one and the same to me.
Okay.
So you go somewhere else.
Yes.
We bring Ethios, we bring you, we talk somewhere else. Neutral. Neutral ground.
Well, I can. This is when Mr. Amir speaks and says, I probably could suggest something. Especially if you're wanting to remain somewhat hidden. In to the south, there is the Great Woods. Phelan Thalor is a elven city that was never conquered by the Hero King during his conquest in the Unification War. It surrendered after everything else fell around it, but it is held by the Wood Elves down there, and you were unable to get there without their assistance. They should help you, and I can send a word for them to keep an eye out for you. But that place has always been seen as a neutral ground for such events. I don't see why not. You could go there.
What was the name of the city?
Ila Alora, the very southern city.
Lore. It is near the lake in the Great Wood Forest.
Okay, Phelan of Thalor. Um,
Oh,
how do we get there while? I mean, what if there's a wraith coming from the south? I mean, is there a safe way to get there?
You just have to travel there somehow. I don't have anything to get you over there. It is a very secretive place. While I do have access, I do not. It is not given out easily. When you arrive there and they allow you to have a presence, it'll be easy to come and go. Otherwise, it's you have to naturally get there yourselves.
now?
Could you
How-
teleport? Could you teleport us closer?
I'm already stretching thin the capabilities of being an accomplice.
That's fair.
So that, and I'm also very busy, and this is eating into my time.
Yes.
There's two routes you can go. You can go to Beggar's Hole and take a ship. I would not recommend it. Well, actually, it is recommendable since it is not a well-to-do place. It could be easy to keep low there and take passage out. You just got to be careful, especially people are aware of your identities with your bounty. Otherwise, you go along the coast. It is rougher terrain, but people travel through it every now and then and head south.
I want to ask more of you than possible, but is there a way that we can conceal Lionrith? Because obviously, I mean, Ku is a stranger to most. I'm plain enough to disappear into a crowd, but a bright white talking dragon is kind of hard to conceal in any regard.
I don't. The only thing that you could do would be some sort of large blinding cloth that would conceal magic and so forth. That takes time to make. And
I mean, but not even to just conceal him magically, but like just to make him look like a horse or something like that, so that way we could walk him into the city onto a boat and not draw attention.
thing like that, like it's
So we avoid cities. Easy.
yes, and maintain your pace from those rates.
Have to. Can't rest.
Well, you can stay here for some time, maybe just at least get something to eat, then you should depart. But do think this through. If you have any more questions, we will do that next time. Thanks to everybody for the longer session today, but we wanted to get in there before Madison had to depart for a few weeks. So, and we'll return to our Group A, the prison team, next time.
Oh, you guys Sid.
We are just screwing up left and right.
It's nice to know, but that both teams are mutually fucked, though.
We have a general plan that maybe we could get to neutral ground and talk this out. That's more than we had at the
but
beginning.
we
Don't know
we,
any of
the
that.
prison group, do not know this.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about
Your
that.
dad does.
Anyways,
Oh, his
Let's
dad does.
let's let our viewers off the chain here, and we'll chat about this later, folks. Like Nathaniel said, Madison will be gone for a few weeks. We'll be focusing on the other group. We may have some filler content in there. We're just not sure yet. But as always, thank you to our viewers, and thank you to Madison, who does our artwork, and Alex, that does our music, that you hear in the pause screen. And thanks again to our viewers. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.